Hello everyone, let's try to make a guide for Velganos, shall we? Boss has 3 phases. Phase 1 and 2 are pretty much identical. Phase 3 is what you can call the pizza phase. We're gonna talk about that later. After phase 1 and 2, the boss will teleport away and you will have to find it again. I recommend using pheromone bones to keep the boss in one place. I also recommend using either whirlwind or clay bombs for the break mechanic. Shortly after the boss is engaged, it will stop and cast a bluish aura around itself. Basically, it buffs itself, so your damage will be greatly reduced. When it buffs itself, it also spawns light circles around the map. These light circles, which you need to pick up, increase your AP and stack up 5 times. At 3 stacks, your damage will be quote-unquote restored. Basically, you will deal normal damage. At 4 stacks you gain nothing, and at 5 stacks you gain a move and attack speed buff, which stay with you as long as you have 5 stacks. The most important aspect of having 4 or 5 life stacks is to provide a margin of error in case you get hit. Each elemental attack from the boss removes a life stack and applies a dart debuff on you. This dart debuff increases the damage you take from the boss. Consequently, picking up a life stack removes the dart debuff stack. You can see the number of life stacks you have on top of your skill bar and the dart debuffs on the top of your battle item bar. Break mechanic. You will almost always get these in phase 1 and 2, unless your damage is bonkers and the boss keeps it. Slightly more rare in phase 3, but it depends on your damage. The boss gets all yellowy and starts spinning in place. You have 2 choices here. 1. Use impairment stagger to break it. Or 2. Run like the wind. The radius is pretty wide, so you have to put quite a distance between you and the boss. If you fail to impair or run far enough, you will get one shot. Hexagon mechanic. Rare, and generally the boss skips it, unless you are taking your sweet time dealing damage. The boss summons a yellow circle in front of itself and each member in the party gains a yellow hexagon on top of their heads. After a few seconds, at random, one of the party members' hexagon will turn black. Whoever has the black hexagon needs to step on the circle in front of the boss. The boss will grab that person and get knocked down. Like with the break mechanic, if you fail, you get one shot. And you also have the option to run away. Tip. Gather around the yellow circle and wait for the hexagon to turn black. Whoever has the black hexagon, step into the circle and the rest pull away from the circle as the boss has quite a range and might bite down on the wrong target. When you are solo, your hexagon will always turn black. Phase 3, aka pizza phase. In phase 3, the boss starts out buffed, so make sure you pick up those light circles before engaging the boss. The boss stopping, spawning black pools and creating a summoning circle around itself is your warning that the pizza mechanic is about to start. After this point, performing the mechanic is the only way to acquire light stacks. Performing the first pizza can be risky, as the black pools around the boss will stagger you and can stop you from performing the mechanic. Ideally, at this point, you still have 3 life stacks or more and just stay away and wait for the next one. The only reason to perform the pizza mechanic is to acquire life stacks. You don't have to if you don't need the life stacks. Before the boss does the pizza mechanic, it will cast a wide black circle wave around itself. This is what's called a fake pizza. It's your warning that it will start the pizza mechanic soon and it will give you a couple of seconds to pull the boss away from the walls or anything that might prevent you from freely moving around the boss. When the boss does the black wave again after several seconds, the mechanic is about to start, so position yourself behind the boss. Safe spot is always directly behind the boss. The direction in which you need to rotate is indicated by the black wave swirling around the boss immediately after it jumps and spins. Don't look at the boss, but to its left or right side and watch the direction the black wave swirls, clockwise or counterclockwise. Well, that's it. Repeat until doggo kicks the bucket. If you look through my feeds on YouTube, you will find a couple of Velganos runs where I take on the doggo in a manly 1v1. I will link one of them into the description in case you are interested. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you have any questions, just leave a comment and I will try to answer whenever I can. Thanks for watching.